everybody, I'm Steve Beckman, winemaker for Beckman Vineyards. It's Q2 2019 and I wanted to get everybody caught up on what's happening in the vineyard and the winery at this time of the year. Out there in the vineyard we are busy working on weeds, plowing fields, doing some biodynamic sprays, and just generally getting ready for the growing season. We just had bud break in the last couple of weeks, so that's a little bit later than it has been for the last several years, and a little bit later historically than normal. And the reason for that is that we've had a real winter here, which is really surprising. With a lot of rain and a lot of cooler temperatures, which obviously delayed the bud break a little bit, but we're looking forward to a really fantastic season. Spring is definitely one of the most exciting times of the year. It's the beginning of our new season, so we have a lot to look forward to. So with all the rain that we've had this year, we have a lot of weeds to deal with, and we do not use any herbicide or Roundup or anything like that. So we do that both mechanically with a machine and implement that goes behind the tractor and helps us weed underneath the vine row. And then we also use hand labor and hand hoeing to do the touch-up work around the vines. It's really important for us to get those weeds kind of knocked down and out of the way so they don't grow into our grapevines up into the fruiting area. It's also really important to cut your weeds down and your cover crops down at this time of the year too. That helps to lessen the threat of frost, because as those cover crops grow high, they're basically in the same height as our buds that are wanting to grow, our new buds that are wanting to grow. And if we allow that to remain that height, then the frost is going to settle at that same level as our grapevines, as our buds. And we don't want that, so we want to cut those down so that we can drop that level a few feet underneath the fruit zone, the budding area of the grapevine. So we're also continuing to prep our ground for the about 12 acres of Syrah that we're redeveloping this year. So again, we're working on weeds, we're putting in some new infrastructure and getting those things ready, because we should have those vines coming up in the next month or two to start planting them. In the winery, we continue to bottle our 2017 red wines. Can't tell you how excited I am about the quality of the 2017 reds in general. And that bottling will continue through May and then finish up with the last couple of wines in August. In addition to that, and with the cold cellars and the cool temperatures we've had over the winter, things have been kind of slow to develop. Our malolactics have been slow. They're definitely related to temperature. So when the temperature gets too cool in the cellars, they tend to slow down and stop. But with the warm weather that we've had over the last couple of weeks, we're seeing the barrels come to life again. A lot of activity, bungs flying off, which is great to see. So we know that that secondary malolactic and even a little bit of primary fermentation is starting to finish up. Once those things get done, then we can get a clear assessment of our 2018 reds. I've tasted a lot of them and I think really highly of them already. And then that will move into our blending, which will happen towards the end of the second quarter and into the third quarter. I definitely encourage everybody to come up and see our rolling green hills, our freshly budding grapevines. We hope to see you soon.